guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. This is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. You know, when Tinder first came out, a lot of women said, you know what, we don't like it because when we match with a guy, a lot of them will instantly send a picture that we didn't want. They'll say very rude things to us. And we want to kind of be able to take control of the narrative, take control of it, and we want to be able to initiate the first contact. So Bumble said, okay, we're going to fit that niche for women, and that's going to be our whole central market. So what happens is a girl power supporter decides to join it, and you know what? She finds that I don't like it. I want the guys to make the first message. We need the return of the patriarchy. So you give them what they want, and by gosh, it's not good enough. Girl Power joins empowering dating app, which would be Bumble, begs for return of the patriarchy after constant rejection. A Girl Power professor complained in a blog post Sunday that the Bumble dating app failed to deliver on its promise of girl empowerment. Writing for the conversation, health studies researcher Trina Orchard said she joined Bumble in part because it requires a woman to ask out men. As she noted, the app markets itself as 100% girl power solution to the misogyny on other apps. However, Orchard soon decided that being empowered is sexist too. She expressed resentment after at having to perform the traditionally male task of sending invitation after invitation to potential matches, while men largely sit and wait for their invites to come. Welcome to finding out what it's like to be a guy for the last thousands of years. See, again, they initially thought, well, wouldn't it be great if we can just sit back, or if we can take control of the narrative, take control, and once I find a guy that's good looking, I can choose him. And then I can think about it, and I can read his profile, and I can think of a creative way to maybe message him, and I take control of the narrative. And you know what they found? It's not so easy coming up with a witty pickup line. And if it's no good, it messes with your head a little bit. It makes you wonder, am I being judged? Did I send something that wasn't great? Maybe that wasn't funny. Maybe my humor didn't come across. All these different things that go through our minds when we try to send the first message. They always tell you, do a different message to set yourself apart from everybody else. But you know what? If you're really super, super attractive and have some dineros showing in your profile, you can go, hey, and you'll still get lots of attention. But we'll continue on, and you'll see what I'm talking about. She says, will he respond? Will this one like me? She recalled agonizing. Putting myself out there repeatedly made me feel vulnerable, not empowered. Not so easy being a guy, is it? Oh, ladies. To cope with her hardship on Bumble, Orchard began documenting her experience on the app with academic rigor. The results were not pretty. By her account, only 60% of her pickup lines were successful, and she reported going on dates with just 10 men in 5 months, which is a 9% success rate. And that's still higher than guys. Guys don't even have that good a rate. If you remember the video I did just a couple ago, that a lot of guys don't get messages back. So she at least had a 60% return rate. Here's her picture with her short pink hair, her business shirt, and what looks to be some sort of a bolo or tie. That's attractive. How feminine. Let's see. Apparently still single at the end of the process. Shocking. Orchard blamed her constant rejection on men not being comfortable waiting to be asked out. As proof, she recounted being mistreated on the app because she's all girl power. Right. Guys get mistreated too. It's just part of putting yourself out there. You know, a lot of people are not very socially comfortable. They're not very good socially. They're awkward. They're jerks. They're not very nice people. You're still going to meet those on these apps. And that's for both guys and girls. It goes both ways. There's picture after picture after picture of guys being treated pretty poorly just for saying a pickup line that maybe she didn't like. Some Bumble men, these insights, I don't want to read that power because it's got a lot of words I have to bleep out, and it doesn't really add anything to it. These insights not only shocked me, they impaired my ability to have meaningful dating experiences on Bumble. Orchard further accused Bumble of practicing an outdated brand of girl power that wrongly assumes women's empowerment is possible in a patriarchal world. The Also Me and Time's Up movements continue to illuminate how much unfinished business we have ahead of us before gender equality is reality, she said. Bumble needs a serious upgrade if it truly wants to empower women and make room for men en route to more meaningful dating experience, she said. So, I had a bad experience, and I'm go girl power. And I know you made the app specifically this way just for us, but I want you to change it because it's not giving me the results I want. Again, that's just kind of how things roll. You can't always have your cake and eat it too. You guys wanted the change in this app. Bumble specifically made their app different than any other dating app to give women this experience, and now she's poo-pooing on this experience. Again, you want something, you ask for it, you get it. Oh, I'm not happy. I want to be able to work. I want to be able to make a salary as much as men. You got it? I don't want to work all these hours. This is life. Life is not easy. Orchard suggested a number of fixes for the app, including the creation of a forum for users to discuss their experiences on screening men for their girl power views. No, you don't need a forum. There's plenty of other forums out there. You can go join Female Dating Strategy. I bet it's right up your alley. Her main proposal, though, was for Bumble to remove the she asks and he waits design so both partners can access one another as soon as a match is made. That sounds familiar. Almost like every other dating app. She presented her plea like a novel idea, but it would make Bumble just like most of the supposedly patriarchal apps that was hailed as a replacement for. Again, I want to be able to swipe, and then I want to sit back and relax and wait for all the men to come and ask me out and beg for my attention. I don't want to have to put myself out there because I might get my feelings hurt because I tried to talk to a lot of people and they didn't respond back. And that's patriarchy. You can't make this stuff up. Orchard's argument against Bumble is not exceptional. Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg made a similar case in May after a study by her girl power advocacy group, leanin.org, found that the Also Me activism seemed to be causing men to avoid female subordinates for fear of misconduct allegations. It's not enough to harass us, she said during an appearance on CBS. You need not ignore us either. Both Orchard and Sandberg, the assumption seems to be that real girl power is impossible until the patriarchy is fully toppled. However, critics of girl power and social justice ideology in general have pointed out that the standard effectively dooms members of supposed disempowered identity groups to perpetual victimhood. So, here we have now that the COO of Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, says, okay, you can't harass us anymore. Guys say, okay, but I don't know what harassment is because the goalpost keeps moving. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to do and not allowed to do. If I'm attractive and ask you out, it's liked. If I'm unattractive and ask you out, it's bothering you. I can't have that. If we go out for drinks after work and things don't go well, I've bothered you. But if they go well, it's okay. So what men are ending up doing is saying, you know what, I'm not comfortable. I don't want to get blamed for something I didn't intend or I didn't want to do or be misconstrued or misunderstood. So I'm just not going to incorporate myself with women in circumstances outside of work. And what do they say? Well, you can't ignore us. These are the rules that you've made. And since the goalpost is always moving, and we never know what we can or can't do, because this person says you can do it, this one says you can't, this one says it's there. Again, and men are just confused, and we just don't know what's allowable and what's not allowable. So how do we fix this? We walk away. But now that is also bad. You can't win for trying. So apparently now Bumble's a bad dating app as well. And I'm not really talking because you guys have heard my other rants on this. You need to get off all dating apps. But the point is now that because a woman isn't getting the results that she wanted, it's because men are bad. Guys, if you'd like to support my work, links are below. Thank you for those that have. And the best way you can support me is like, comment, share. Make sure you're subscribed because a lot of you still aren't. And of course, go back and check out some of my other work. All of it is not really time sensitive. Guys, I'll leave it there. This is Better Bachelor. I'm Joker, and no matter what you do, they're not going to be happy.